Have you ever looked at your 12-year-old and you start wondering, what happened to my sweet child? Well, quite a lot actually. Let's unpack this. Early adolescence is a period of enormous activity in their body. There's a lot of changes going on. There's physical changes, there's cognitive changes, there's emotional and psychological changes, and of course, there's also social changes. And the adults around these kids also need to change how they think and how they act around them. So let's go on into the first change, that is the physical changes. So you'll be able to see that they have growth spurts at this particular point, their body is changing the shape, their hormones are also changing. You'll be able to see that they have acne maybe on their faces. For girls, they might start menstruating, and for boys, there's of course that bodily hair growth or all around the body, and then also now their sleep patterns are also changing, and they're not fixed as before. One thing that's important is just that we need to understand that all these changes don't occur just at that specific age. They occur at random, and the rates are different for everyone. And of course, psychologically, children can become very self conscious because their body is changing even before they're able to understand what is happening to them. The second part that I'm going to talk about in terms of changing is the cognitive changes. And that this is where you'll be able to see that they are questioning rules, they are asking more questions, they develop stronger opinions, and they become more aware of contradictions in adults' uh, explanations. So you might say, oh my God, you need to work hard and get a good job, and then when they're listening to you, you're constantly talking about how tired, how you wish the work, how you wish you want the work to end, how you wish you could quit, and they are clocking all this and they're wondering, didn't you say that this is exactly what I need to do? Then they also now start thinking about how they are and how others perceive them. The interesting part is that their reasoning changes before they are able to understand their emotions or even have that impulse control. So, a child that's very capable of making a sophisticated reasoning at one point is then 5 minutes later making a spectacularly questionable decision. Now, moving on to the psychological and emotional changes. This is where you'll be able to see that they are more self conscious about how they look. They express emotions very strongly, so it comes with that emotional intensity. Then they have a desire to be more independent from you. So there would come those times where you tell them, it's Saturday, let's go see so and so, and they'll be like, I'm okay, you just go ahead, I'll just chill at home. Then they also get more into comparing themselves with their peers, be more sensitive to criticism, and wanting to be treated as grown while still needing reassurance. So at this point, as they continue to develop their self esteem, they are in between the I want to be independent and I also still need you, which is very normal. Now, let's go on to the fourth one, which is social changes. So, this is where now they are more of, they are thinking of where do I fit? And you find that peer relationships at this age becomes extremely important, and their friendship group matters the most, so they are constantly thinking about popularity, acceptance, or rejection. They just want to fit in. Then this is also where now you'll be able to see them experiencing romantic attraction, and also now more of pulling away from their parents. And of course, social media becomes the greatest point of peer pressure for them, as they are constantly seeing what peers are doing. So this amplifies the pressure, or rather the peer influence. So you need to understand that even as they care more what their friends say, doesn't mean that they care less about you or what you say. So what should adults do? I will start with parents. Parents need to talk about issues before they become a crisis. So talk about puberty, the changes that they are going to go through in their body. Talk about peer pressure. Talk about bullying, sex, and also social media. Then also listen without lecturing, because most times they just want to feel that they are being understood as opposed to being given advice. Help them understand that they are not alone, they are safe with you before you start giving them advice. Then also give them more independence, of course, within set boundaries that need to be stuck to. Yeah. And keep the boundaries consistent. Then don't ridicule their emotions. Oh my god, you're being so dramatic nowadays, it's adolescent. No, do not ridicule them. And normalize the body changes. Help them understand that it is normal for bodies to change at that age. I think we all know those girls who used to now suddenly put on hoodies, and walk bent up like this, because they felt that they were changing too quickly. They didn't know what was going on. Then you find that some boys, they are no longer talkative as they used to be, because maybe they're feeling shy about their voice changes. Yeah. So just make puberty something that they can talk to you about without feeling the emotion of shame. Now let's go to the teachers. What are teachers supposed to do with our kids in school? Yeah. Number one, they should avoid publicly embarrassing the students. Yeah. I think we all remember of those incidences where there would be an assembly and a teacher would call a specific name, put them up at the top, and tell them that this one has done this, and this. That is not helpful at all to them. Then they should also recognize that concentration at this age changes, or rather fluctuates. Sometimes they are paying full attention, sometimes they are daydreaming, and that's okay. Same goes for their emotions, because they also now fluctuate. Then you also, as a teacher, want to make sure that the classroom is a psychologically safe space for the children. Then also watch out for bullying and exclusion, and give them appropriate responsibility and autonomy. And remember that behavior changes sometimes can signal that the child is struggling through something. So they were most active, they were constantly lifting their hands, and then now it's the second week, they are quiet, they're not talking to anyone. Just talk to them, try to understand what is the change about. In fact, feel free to even relate with the parent. Yeah. It's as they say, it takes a village. So as I close, we need to understand that early adolescence is just simply your child becoming a more complex person. And us, we as adults, our job is to give them the safety, boundaries, and understanding that they need, together with guidance as they learn slowly on who they are becoming. So, thank you so much, and I hope this helps you unpack your child.